Do you want to be the most feared opponent in Fallout 4? Do you like hitting things and/or bludgeoning things to death? Do you want to be the absolute tire iron menace and have everyone fear you and worship you? If so, this video is for you. This is, can you beat Fallout 4 only using the tire iron? The rules of the challenge are very simple. If I kill anything, or hit anything, it has to be with the tire iron no matter what. And if I kill anything, hit anything, or complete a quest or beat the game without using only the tire iron as my weapon, then I fail the challenge. So I made myself the most beautiful man the world has ever seen and greeted Codsworth. He made me the absolute worst coffee that has ever graced my taste buds and told me to go check on my absolute accident of a son. I spend a whole 10 seconds with my little disappointment before I hear a knock at the door.
Good morning! Vault-Tec calling.
It turns out it's just a local Jehovah's Witness prepping me for total atomic annihilation. I give myself the beautiful name of Howard Clansdale and put most of my points into strength because that increases melee attack damage. I let my wife know that I'd rather watch the World Series than spend a single second with her or Sean. The World Series gets interrupted by the newsman letting us know that the world is about to end. I challenge my wife to a race to the vault, and she gets absolutely smoked, no competition. My slow-ass wife didn't even make it around the corner by the time I was pretty much at the vault. G.I. Joe lets us into the vault so we can cosplay as a Fudgesicle. We get to watch our hometown turn into Nagasaki as we head down to the vault. I try to race the doctor to the cryopod, but apparently he's Usain Bolt. I decide to take a nice cold nap and say one last goodbye to my wife. My wife gets brutally murdered and my son gets kidnapped, so overall the day isn't going too bad. Maybe I'll finally be able to watch the World Series. And Heisenberg decides to look at me in a very sexual manner. I check on my wife and it seems that she's actually doing pretty well. Also, I didn't mention this earlier in the intro, but I'm currently playing on regular mode because I've beat the game twice, once on regular and once on hardened. But this is my first can you beat Fallout with this or whatever video, so I'm just going to do it on normal mode, but possibly the next video I make, like a different challenge on Fallout 4, I might do it on hardened. But for now, since it's only a tire iron, I'm just going to stick to, regular. I run by all the Rata-Roaches and close the door behind me so I can't get through, but a few of them got through, and this is where I technically fail the challenge. Because it won't let me pick up the Pip-Boy when the Rata-Roaches are attacking me, and I had a gun on me that I was going to sell, but I had to melee them and kill them because it wouldn't let me put on the Pip-Boy. Even after I killed the Rata-Roaches in the room that the Pip-Boy is in, it still wouldn't let me use the Pip-Boy because it showed that I was still in combat because there were still Rata-Roaches in the other rooms close to me. So I kind of technically already failed, but I'm not going to count that because, there's really no way around it. And I don't know why, because I've seen Mitten Squad and other people do these type of challenges, be able to go by, run past all of them and still put it on. But for some reason it wouldn't let me do that. So I technically failed, but I also didn't because this was just unavoidable. So I'm just not going to count this because, it's just something I had to do and there was no way around it. So I do apologize for that. But from here on out, every kill I get will absolutely be a tire iron if I can. I put on the Pip-Boy and leave this hell known as Vault 111. I finally leave Vault 111 and go check on Codsworth, who single-handedly delivers the best line in this entire game.
And the car! How do you polish rust?
Stay with me, pal. Focus.
I proceed to watch Codsworth kill every living thing in this neighborhood.
Hello! Fancy a bit of bugging off that party? Apparently decided we were too much trouble.
And finally we can find the tire iron, what we've been waiting for. You can find it when you cross the bridge from Sanctuary, close to the Red Rocket, where you can find a man who was mauled to death by a mongrel dog, probably named Cupcake, who apparently didn't bite. Now that we have our beautiful tire iron, the journey can truly begin. I meet up with Dogmeat and get him to be my companion, and then I go loot Red Rocket for some stim packs and junk to sell. Then I go to Concord to help out Young Gravy with the Raiders. Then I met up with Young Gravy and his friend Jesse Pinkman, and Pinkman told me there was a crashed vertibird and a minigun and a suit of power armor up on the roof. Then I get myself dripped out, hack the terminal, and grab the fusion core. I go up to the roof and get in the power armor, hoping it doesn't pull a William Afton on me and spring lock. I did pick up the minigun, but you know damn well I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to take it to sell the ammo and the gun. I whip out the tire iron, and yet again, kill some more raiders. Now this is what I've been dreading ever since I loaded into the game, and I don't know how I'm gonna kill this 7-foot tall irradiated lizard with a tire iron. This experience was almost as painful as watching this poor guy get ripped to shreds. I take a few cheap shots on the Deathclaw, and then it makes me sniff its breath, so I decide my best tactic would probably to be run into this little house to my right. So after dying for the first time this entire run, I decide I should probably go into the small building where the Deathclaw can't hit me. I forgot to make a save, so I had to kill all these raiders again, so that was kind of painful, but not a big deal. After all the raiders are dead, I run into this little building to where the Deathclaw can't reach me, and watch Dogmeat and the Deathclaw have a staring contest for a little while. Then I heard a raider appear, so I had to kill him real quick, and now it's time to try to finesse the Deathclaw. Against my better judgment, I go out there and help Dogmeat, and try to face the Deathclaw, which I will ultimately regret. Then I almost pissed myself, because somehow this Deathclaw glitched through the wall, so I ran out, then he ran out, so I ran back in, and luckily he didn't hit me. But one set of power armor, 2 deaths later, and about 45 more minutes of playing, I finally killed the Deathclaw with only a tire iron. And obviously with the help of Dogmeat, because I probably wouldn't have killed it if Dogmeat wouldn't have distracted it here. Oh my god, I did it. Oh, I finally did it. Holy shit, that took so long. Oh my god, thank you Dogmeat. I love you so much. Preston pays me, and then I make my way to Diamond City. On the way there, I definitely don't fall through a church roof and kill myself. I also definitely don't die to some blow bugs on the way there because my health is insanely low or anything like that. On the way to Diamond City, I run into Trash Can Carla and kill her for, well, really no reason. I just kind of felt like it. On the way there, I also run into Trudy and the Wolfgang. And I was going to try to kill the Wolfgang, but they saw me and I swung, and then it just kind of turned into dialogue. So I ended up instead trying to de-escalate the situation with Trudy, but in the end I just kill her and Patrick. I buy and sell some stuff to the Wolfgang. I mostly just buy stim packs and a little bit of Radaway, and then I continue on my journey to Diamond City. I also find myself a nice hat, which really isn't practical for combat, nor is the tux, but gotta admit I do look pretty sharp. I sneak past some raiders and some super mutants, and I finally make it to Diamond City. When I arrive, I see Piper doing some weird shit to the intercom, and then she lies to the guards saying that I'm a merchant, so they let us in. I punish this kid for spreading lies throughout the media, but that doesn't go very well. I decide to talk to the kid instead, and it goes a lot smoother this time. Then I steal some stuff from Piper's house, and then go have an interview with Piper and tell her that I've been alive for 200 plus years, cryogenically frozen like a fucking popsicle. I have leveled up a few times throughout this run so far, and so far I've put 1 point into strength, a point into charisma, and a point into medic, because I will be using stim packs and all that a lot, and purified water and stuff like that. And I put some into charisma just to make bartering a bit easier, maybe get a few extra caps. I talked to Ellie about Nick being missing, so I head to Park Street Station to try to save him. But before all that happens, I watch a dude get his brains blown out because he thinks his brother is a synth. That's always fun to watch, some good old Diamond City drama.
He'll kill us all! Kyle, no!
Okay, show's over. There are no synths in Diamond City. Hear me? Just you folks in your damn...
It takes me about a solid 7 deaths to realize that I am extremely unprepared for this, because, you know, I am in a tux and a hat with only a 20 damage tire iron. So I leave Park Street Station and return back to Diamond City. Then I steal some stuff from Mayor McDonough's desk, and then I realize what I'm truly going to need to get through Park Street Station is my suit of power armor. That's the only way. The only issue with that is that I don't have any fusion cores for my power armor. Luckily, Arturo does sell some fusion cores, but as you can tell, I'm pretty broke right now. I did sell most of my weapons and some of my junk and a lot of my ammo, but it still wasn't enough for all the supplies that I needed. So I did what any man in my desperate situation would do. I stole, and I stole a lot. Just to show you how much I stole, here's a long montage of me stealing a bunch of stuff and bartering some. Feel free to skip ahead because this does take a second. And after all that, and after I have enough caps to stock up on the supplies that I need, I see it. What I've been waiting for, what I only thought was a dream. The bladed tire iron. It does 37 damage instead of the normal tire iron, which does 20. I've been hoping and dreaming for this. This is the greatest day of my entire life. After I purchased the bladed tire iron, I head over to Arturo to buy fusion cores. I end up buying 3, and that should be plenty to get through Park Street Station. I also bought some stim packs and other medical supplies to keep me healed up. Then I head over to my power armor and I make sure to teabag the Deathclaw for all the pain and suffering that it put me through. Then I hop in my almost broken power armor to head over to Park Street Station. Once I get to Park Street Station, I instantly head down to take care of all the triggermen. I end up absolutely brutally decimating Dino, and I open the door for Nick. Me and Nick kill a few triggermen on the way to kill Skinny Malone and his dumbass gang. I try to persuade Darla to come with me and Nick, but that doesn't turn out very well. So me and Nick end up just killing everyone in the room. Me and Nick head back up to the Commonwealth, and I guess Nick uses some of his synth magic just to fade up the ladder. Man, I wish I was as cool as him. And me and Nick talk about my missing son and how and where we can find him. But that's where I'm going to end part 1. In part 2, we're going to go track down Kellogg. But part 2 should be up in 3 or 4 days, but I do hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to like and subscribe.